From Chicago, Illinois, this is Movie Talks with Faye Renee.
Hey guys, welcome into Movie Talks with Faye Renee. We are at episode 4. Oh my God, I'm so proud, but I'm still a little scared. It's just so weird, you know. Anyway, if you're watching today, thank you. Everybody, welcome in. I'm gonna go and check some other controls. It's always something you got to do, but welcome into Movie Talks with Faye Renee. You're watching episode 4. I am Faye Renee, your host. I will be right back so we can chop everything up and get things going. I got a little thing I have to check on. That's the thing about live, baby. It is live. When I'm just doing movie reviews, it's so much easier, my God, because I can edit and make it all perfect. But this is live. That's just how it's got to be. So hold on. Let me go over here. Okay, now. All right. It looks like I'm also live on Instagram. Last time it knocked me off. I'm going to leave that alone. I am going to leave that alone, you guys, and let this show get started. They just told me I was live. I went and I actually saw a video. Last time I couldn't even get to the video. I am learning. This is a big deal, new thing for me. So you got to move all this stuff around. So let's get popping. Welcome in to Movie Talks with Faye Renee. This is episode 4. And before we jump off into hot topics and trending, let me tell you what's opening this weekend, okay? Remember, we at springtime now, right? So it's a lot of things going on. And the first thing I want to tell you is that the movie revenue is back. Box office is booming. Last time I talked to y'all around Oscar time, box office was down. So I'm happy to report the movies are back. And mainly it's due to a few good hits, but it's also due to their horror trending genre. I don't know why these Gen Zers, they love it. They love it. Oh my God. You know, and people ask me often, what am I going to watch this weekend? Well, this weekend, I'm doing a twofer. I'm going to see Normal Today with Bob Odenkirk. I love him. The people that made Succession, and they also made the other thing that Bob is in. Oh my God. They made 3 very successful shows, and all of them involve Bob. And so he's really hot. They say that Normal is very good. I'm going to check that out today at the theaters on the big screen. And tomorrow I'm going to see Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Okay. And on cable, lately, I've been catching documentaries. I want to tell you about this really good one called My Mom, Jane. It is fascinating. Y'all know Mariska Hargitay of Law and Order fame. Well, Jane Mansfield was her mother. She was the blonde bombshell of the 50s, you know, and she died in an accident when Mariska was only 3. But all this time, Mariska's tried to distance herself from the memory of her mother, the great late Jane Mansfield, because of being known as the Hollywood's smartest dumb blonde. You remember she was buxom and built, and she had lips before people did lip injections. I can see why Jane wanted to separate herself, not Jane, but Mariska wanted to separate herself from her mom, Jane Mansfield. But after she got older, she realized it was kind of stupid. When you get older, you get wise and you let things go. Her mother was a mother making a lot of money. Okay. She wasn't a you know what, and it really wouldn't have mattered. She was a good mom, and she died in a terrible car accident. And so Mariska did a deep dive and did a great documentary. Check it out. It's on Max. It's called My Mother Jane. So that's Mariska Hargitay of Law and Order fame. Y'all know we love her. You know, sometimes she look a little thin, she look a little thick. That's because she got our mother's good looks. This is Jane Mansfield's daughter. So anyway, I thought that was a little thing you might want to know. I just loved it. And I love the documentary. And she talked to her sisters and brothers and all of that. Well, I'm also checking out season 2 of this show called Doc. This is a kind of weird show, but I love it. It centers around a woman who was a great surgeon, but she had an accident and got amnesia really bad and was in a deep sleep. She woke up after like 6 years. The whole damn life had changed. She was divorced. Her husband works in the hospital with her. Her young son has died. So she's got all this loss and shock. And evidently she was a good doctor, but she was a bitch of a person. So she's got so much to contend with because she's a different person, but she's still a good surgeon. And lastly, before we jump off into hot topics, I'll let you know one more time. This is Movie Talks with Faye Renee, episode 4, and we're chopping it up with what's trending on the big screen and what's trending on cable. So let me tell you a little bit more. People ask me all the time, especially, they get sarcastic. Why you want to go to movies in the spring? I mean, you want to go to movies in the summer? Well, it's really, the answers are simple for me, and it might be for you too. Really, in the spring and summer, it's air conditioned. It's really nice. And nowadays they bring you your food. Everybody is being waited on. It's like a restaurant. I only go to the best theaters. I go to AMC. And it's also a place to reset your thoughts. You know what I mean? You can really get things in checks, and you can enter back into the world in your real life experiences and have a lot of problems solved, honestly, because when you're in the theaters, your imagination is going wild, especially if it's a good movie. So now that you got all of, things moving in your brain the right way, you're probably going to come out of there and be able to make some really good decisions about your life, especially if you saw a movie that made you realize shit ain't that bad anyway, as you thought it was. So going to the movies can do a lot of things. I find it's cathartic. I do go to get my head straight, mostly, and the air conditioning. Now, let's jump right into hot topics, or what's trending in theaters right now. Okay. So there's going to be 5 big movies everybody's checking out now. So check this out. Give me a second. I'm going to tell you about that. All right. So we're talking about Project Hail Mary. First off, Ryan Gosling is still doing huge. It's the biggest thing out there. Okay. Super Mario Galaxy movie is dominating the box as far as dollars right now. Okay. And like I said, Hollywood is gaining money now. The revenue spike is up 23% for movies at the domestic box office based on last year. So they're surpassing last year and they're happy. Lee Cronin's is on the top 5 list. Y'all, I'm telling you, The Mummy. But I heard it's really gory in a nasty, slick, gooey kind of way. But I'm still going to see it tomorrow. I'm going to catch Super Mario Galaxy movie animated and stuff when it comes to TV. I'm not going to see that. Now, You, Me, and Tuscany is supposed to be really good with the Halle Bailey, not the other Halle, with that fine guy. I don't know how to say his name, John Page. Okay. It looks really good too. But I heard that people really love it. So that's kind of something. Now, the drama is still doing well at the box office. That's with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. I saw that. I loved it. They got great chemistry. Okay. It's about a wedding that if anything could go wrong, it went wrong. But I love that movie. A lot of critics had mixed reviews. But you know what I say? You go and see it and see what you think. Okay. Because like I said, we're all very, very subjective when it comes to things. And I was in the movies with some people that drove me crazy when I went to see the drama. 2 young women about between age 19 and 24. They talked the entire time. Finally, they left actually in the middle of the movie because they just weren't interested. But young people today, that's all I'll say. All right. So some highlights of drama that I thought was really good was that the chemistry between Patterson, I didn't think that would work, and Giselle, it was great. It seemed like a tailor role made for her. But I'm going to avoid any more spoilers, but I did enjoy the drama. I think you should check it out. Now, let's talk about what's coming up next in theaters, okay? This is a trip. Let me show you what's going on. Everybody keeps talking about all this horror, and I did look into it more. It's crazy. I think that's what made the box office go up. So Normal is going to be really good, and I am excited to see Bob Odenkirk today in Normal, because that was the Better Call Saul people in Succession. They got together and created Normal. So it's got to be a hit. And I heard already, it's only been out like a day, I think like yesterday, that people are loving it and they're saying it's on point. How big ever. Okay, let me tell you something. The biggest anticipated film of the year, as you probably all know, is Michael Jackson. Okay, or the Michael Jackson biopic. I mean, people are going crazy over this. It's crazy. There's a controversy around the Michael biopic, and it's got to do with that impersonator, Fabio Jackson, whose real name I think is Fabio James. He seems like a really nice guy, but to think he had plastic surgery so he could look like Michael. And he's not a mulatto. I think he's just a young white guy. I think he was born in the 90s or 80s. Anyway, he's pretty young. He's about 30 something. He's really good at doing Michael Jackson. But the controversy is I think they're lying on him. They're saying he was upset. But I saw a direct quote from him. That could be a lie. But, this is the allegedly age, where he said he was just shocked that it was really good when he saw the trailer and he liked it. But the word is on the street is saying that he's mad because they didn't pick him. That is some weird stuff because they picked Jafar Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's nephew. Okay, check this out. This is Jafar. Doesn't he look like Michael? They said he did really well. There's also a lot of controversy talking about Janet Jackson was upset. People just make up stuff. Why would Janet Jackson be upset and tell the whole world? Same for Fabio. They want to run their careers? I don't think so. Now, this Fabio here, this is him. He does look like Michael, but he says he only had a nose job. Bull crap. I call bull crap. I heard that he had the whole face done. And then he likes to make a joke. It's a half-assed joke I don't like and say he's the original Michael and Michael copied off him. Well, you're younger, so that doesn't even make sense. The original is the original. You are the impersonator Fabio Jackson and you're great. But I'm glad that the Jacksons kept the money all in the family and used Jafar Jackson. Even he said, the quote was, when he saw the trailer, he said, wow, he sounds exactly like Mike. So that's a compliment. So they're lying on him. I don't think he said anything bad. It would ruin his reputation. Don't you think it would take him down? Okay, so that's what's going on. The most anticipated film of the year is going to be Michael, the biopic. Okay, and it's like, let's see what y'all think about this. Okay. I'm gonna put a little poll up because I want to find out later, are people really gonna see this or they really don't care? I want to see it. I'm very interested in what's going on with Michael Jackson. So, hey y'all, next we're gonna talk about what's good to watch on cable right now. Okay. Let's check this out. Hold on. I got something for you. Okay. Hey, Bailey. I see your comment. It's taking me a while. I got to get used to this. I did see the drama and I did think it was awesome. And I just don't want to put down young people here because there's only 2 young women. They don't represent all of young women, but they just seem like complete doodle brains. Like, first of all, you have to listen to a movie to understand it. I totally agree with you. I saw Project Hail Mary too. And like I said, I'm going to see The Mummy. So I'm going to check out Tuscany too. I thought the trailer was really sweet. It looked really clever and funny. Plus, he's really nice to look at. I'm sorry. He's good looking. He's a good actor too. So I completely agree with you. Yeah. I don't know what the people that didn't like drama it's not even a typical love story. I like the title is on point. Don't you think? It was the drama. Damn. That was really cool. What happened to her, I won't give it away. But that kind of faux pas happens a lot, and you have to be careful. Like, I have to be careful on here, and you sit down, you think you're talking to your friends or you're just talking to your mom. You have to be careful what you say. When she answered that one question, that was start everything. God, I felt really bad because I thought, don't say it, don't tell the truth. Because it's just none of nobody's business. Your deepest, darkest secret. Unless you're on your deathbed and you just want to, talk to God, I don't think she should have told that, but I loved it. I love the drama. I'm with you on that 100%. So I'm going to talk about, what else? I had some other stuff I wanted to show you guys. Okay, that was James Mansfield. I just thought that was weird. Okay, check out The Mummy. We were just talking about The Mummy on here. Bailey and I were saying, I'm going to see this. I hope it don't scare me. I heard the critics are saying, the critics that I wouldn't say they didn't like it. It didn't sound like they liked it when they said it was a goo fest. And I'm not really in the gore, goo, or stabbing or none of that. But I do like the premise of the mummy, coming back and all that. So I'd probably be closing my eyes on this whole thing. So look at that. And then I think it's a little girl. That's all I know. So I'm not spoiling it for everybody. Ain't that weird? That is some weird looking stuff. Here's another shot I found online. I guess that's when she was waking up. The mummy. Oh my God. I can't wait to see that. And I can't wait to check out Normal. Both of them sound really good. But, let's see what's good to watch on cable. What's good to watch on cable? It's a whole lot of stuff. Every time I put up a sign like this, let me tell y'all, it's hundreds of things to watch. Take your pick, but you really have to surf. And see, between me working full time, doing movie reviews, watching movies, there's not enough time to see everything, but I can tell you from the trailers and things, I saw some really good stuff. Okay. And I've watched a lot of these. I'm going to watch Euphoria. I keep hearing that it's fantastic. That's Zendaya again. Now, guess what's going to freak you out? Sinners is dominating everything online. Ever since they took, see, Oscars can blow you up big. That's why it's a big deal. You really need an Oscar under your belt. So Sinners is running tough, Housemaid was fantastic. It didn't get enough play from the movies. And y'all, they got this thing out. Testaments is back out. Testaments, as you know, is the follow-up of the Gilead story. I call it Gilead, but it's the Handmaid's Tale. It is the sequel. And the little girl has grown up. June's daughter has grown up. And it's just unbelievable, the misogynistic things that go on in there. But it's so beautiful. The place is so beautiful. Everything is pretty. Everything is perfect. And I believe a lot of men in today's world a lot of chauvinistic men would be very happy living in Gilead. But it's as beautiful as it is creepy. It will creep you out. And you just keep thinking it's only a movie. It's only a movie, but actually it's only a series on cable because you want to wake up from that nightmare. I would never want to live in Gilead. I would be hung the first week outside for everybody to see. They hang all the bad people. So we also got Outlander, which is in this last season. I like it, but it's running too fast. They're moving the story too fast. And you remember how slow Outlander moved? Now it's moving too fast, and I'm just not accustomed to that. Now, I never was a Malcolm in the Middle fan, even though I heard it was great. But they say that Malcolm in the Middle, the new one where he's an adult, I did watch one of them. It was pretty clever. I liked it. And Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning is finally on cable. Y'all know that's Tom Cruise, so that's all I got to say about that. And The Boys. That is kind of good. I've watched one of them last night, and I thought, so I've been missing out on this. It's like a dark comedy, superheroes, and it's really good, I think. So I think I'm going to become a Boys fan. And they're in, season 8 or 3 or something? Now, The Audacity, I heard that's a high-stakes tech drama. I got to check it out because I like high-stakes tech dramas. They're always pretty good. I like things like that. Rooster, I hear it's really good, and it's a comfort comedy. I haven't watched that. It's a lot of things on this list I got to watch. Dust Bunny is crazy. You have to watch it. That's all I'll say. It's a fantastic horror film. Let's see now. What do we have? The kids thing I like is it's not really kids. There's stuff for kids on cable, but Stranger Things is back, and that is going to be something. Stranger Things is now going to be animated. I really want to check it out. And it's still 1985. Yeah, you said it's the 3rd season. Yeah, I'm not hip to that, but I did see it and I liked it. I saw one episode. So I think I'm going to end up being a fan of that. Maybe it will. I don't know. They're taking off another series that I like, a Law and Order spinoff. Organized Crime. I can't believe it's not coming back. I guess this is the last year. I loved it. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was the only one watching it. Sometimes the e-campaigns work, but sometimes it's more internal things, Bailey. I don't think we know. I think only they know. Everything is the bottom dollar. I don't know what these people are doing. But what about the things that's going on with the comic book CinemaCon? That's what they call it. They say CinemaCon is on fire, you know, and that's usually the superhero Marvels and all of that. The buzz is that they're coming out with Avengers Doomsday, and that's going to feature Robert Downey Jr. again, Dr. Doom. He's going to be battling Thor in the new Avengers. I think that's going to be hot, hot, hot. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that. Let's see. Looking ahead, what is going to be going on? Next season teasers. Well, I told you about the Michael thing. That's the biggest thing that's happening that's coming up. But in the meantime, I really want to stress that going to the movies in the springtime is as good as going in the winter. I got a couple of emails about that. I was like, y'all is all wrong, especially since the movies are now more upscale and they're family friendly and fun. And they do have people to help sure that it's quiet. You can, I don't ever report anybody, but they'll get rid of those people. So let's see now. We got our movies. I'm going to clip what's good to watch, the cables. I'm going to clip that and the 5 hottest films. I'm going to clip those in the bottom of this video. So, and leave me a comment and let me know what films you'd like me to review. I don't review many anymore. I review about 2 a month. If you put in a request and it's something I'm going to see, I think I'm going to review a couple of the ones we talked about today. I'm definitely going to review Normal. I might do a short review on The Mummy because I think that's going to be very interesting. All right. So leave me a note, leave me a comment. I will respond to all of them. I try to respond to everything that I can find online when I see stuff like this. Okay, let me know what you think in the polls. Let me know what you want to see coming up, and I'll check it out for you. But honestly, I see more stuff on cable now than I do at the theaters. I mean, the cable is running all night. Sometimes I set my clock and get up at 3 a.m. and watch 2 hours of programs that I got on my list to check out. And then I make notes about it. So you just never know. Wow. But the Michael Jackson thing is freaking me out. I hope things go well. You know, there's my boy Bob in Normal. And they say that it's already excellent. It's been out 1 day. So I'll be happy to check that out this afternoon. And I will have a couple of reviews coming out in the next week. And finally, I had to put Uncle Sam to bed. I was in tax hell this last week. Between that and the Oscar watch party, it's been a lot on my plate. But in the meantime, make sure you check out my full movie reviews library right here on YouTube at Reviews with Faye Renee. And be sure to check out our recent podcast segments. This is only segment 4 of Movie Talks with Faye Renee. And if you didn't see it today, you can always check it on the replay. And you can check out our shorts because they really tell you what's going on. They just get right to the point and give you a little flavor about what we talked about today. Okay. I'm going to try to leave all the links in below, or you can always check out my link tree and it'll take you right to everything on the website, YouTube, everywhere. So, hey, I can't thank you guys enough for joining me here with Movie Talks with Faye Renee. Please DM me or comment me which films you'd like me to review this summer, and I will do my best to check them out. So until next time, I want you guys to enjoy the spring and get out there and take your mama, your papa, and your family. Ain't nothing wrong with the movies in the spring. Get your mind off of things, especially if you've done your taxes. You're going to need a movie. And that's it. That's all. This is Faye Renee. Check you later.